Welcome to the Psychology and Physical Training channel, The Power of Social Influence. Have you ever wondered why we act the way we do in social settings? It's a question that piques our curiosity, bringing us to the fascinating world of social influences. These invisible forces shape our behaviors, our decisions, and our interactions in ways more profound than we often realize. The stage of social influences is not limited to one act, but rather, it's a complex drama with four main characters: conformity, compliance, cooperation, and competition. Each plays a crucial role in the narrative of our social lives. Conformity, the gentle nudge that aligns our actions with societal norms. Compliance, the subtle persuasion that bends our will in response to explicit requests. Cooperation, the harmonious dance that synchronizes efforts towards a shared goal. And competition, the relentless drive that fuels our ambition, pushing us to outperform others. Understanding these influences can help us comprehend our own behaviors and those of others. A dive into conformity. Firstly, we'll delve into the intriguing concept of conformity. Conformity is like a chameleon, subtly blending into its environment. It's a social phenomenon that nudges us to adapt our behaviors, attitudes, and beliefs to match those of the people around us. We often conform to fit into a group, to be accepted, or to avoid feeling out of place. Let's take the example of fashion trends. Ever noticed how people tend to dress similarly within certain social contexts? That's conformity at play. In the corporate world, we often see people wearing formal attire, while in a rock concert, black leather and band tees are the norm. We adapt our style to fit the context, to blend in, to feel a part of the group. But what drives us to conform? Psychologically, two main factors push us towards conformity: informational influence and normative influence. Informational influence is when we look to others for guidance, especially in unfamiliar situations. We assume that the majority must be correct, and we follow suit. It's like when you visit a new city and see everyone crossing the street at a particular spot. You'd likely do the same, believing they know something you don't. Normative influence, on the other hand, is our desire to fit in. We conform to societal norms to avoid standing out or facing social rejection. Imagine going to a formal event in casual attire. The fear of being the odd one out would likely compel you to dress formally. However, conformity isn't just limited to our external behaviors. It can seep into our thought processes, beliefs, and attitudes, shaping our perceptions of the world. This is known as private conformity, where we internalize the group norms, genuinely believing in them. Conformity is a double-edged sword. While it helps maintain social order and cohesion, it can also stifle individuality and breed homogeneity. It's a delicate balance between fitting in and standing out, between being a part of the group and maintaining our unique identity. Conformity, as we see, is a powerful social tool that shapes our behaviors and decisions. The art of compliance. Next, let's tackle the subtle yet pervasive influence of compliance. Compliance, in the realm of social psychology, is a fascinating concept. It's about how we, as individuals, change our behavior to align with a request or directive. We're not talking about a subtle nudge or a gentle suggestion here. Compliance refers to a direct ask or a clear rule that we choose to follow. Consider the everyday rules and regulations we adhere to. We stop at red lights, pay our taxes, and follow dress codes, often without giving it a second thought. Though these actions may seem mundane, they are perfect examples of compliance at work. But what drives us to comply? Why do we follow rules, even when no one is watching? The answer lies deep within our psyche, influenced by a multitude of psychological factors. Firstly, we have the desire to fit in. Humans are inherently social creatures, and we often comply to maintain harmony and avoid conflict within our social circles. Nobody wants to be the odd one out, right? Secondly, there's the aspect of authority. We tend to comply with individuals or institutions in power, ingrained in us from childhood. Think about it. From obeying our parents to following our teachers' instructions, compliance is a lesson we learn early on. Lastly, there's the fear of consequences. The potential negative outcomes of non-compliance, such as penalties or social ostracism, can be a powerful motivator. We comply to avoid these unpleasant repercussions. Compliance, then, is more than just following rules. It's a complex psychological process influenced by our need for social acceptance, our respect for authority, and our fear of consequences. It subtly shapes our behaviors, guiding us to act in ways that are deemed socially acceptable. Understanding the psychology behind compliance can help us navigate our social world more effectively. It can also shed light on why people sometimes behave in ways that may seem against their best interests. Compliance, then, is the unseen force that guides our actions within social norms. the value of cooperation. Moving on, we'll explore the impact of cooperation on our social interactions. Cooperation is a fundamental social mechanism that is woven into the fabric of our everyday lives. It's the act of working together towards a common goal, be it in a workplace or on a sports field. Cooperation is the magic ingredient that transforms a group of individuals into a cohesive team. Imagine a football match. Each player must work in harmony with their teammates, passing the ball, setting up strategic plays, and ultimately aiming for a shared objective, scoring goals. Without cooperation, the team would fall into chaos, with each player striving for personal glory rather than the success of the group. In a workplace context, cooperation is equally vital. It's the engine that drives project teams, enabling them to develop innovative solutions and achieve shared objectives. Without cooperation, we would see an environment of disjointed efforts, where the overall outcome is compromised due to the lack of coordinated action. Psychologically, several factors contribute to our inclination to cooperate. One major factor is the understanding of mutual benefits. We cooperate because we know that by working together, we can achieve more than we could alone. It's the concept of 1 + 1 = 3, where the combined effort produces a result greater than the sum of individual efforts. Another key factor is empathy. As social beings, we have an innate ability to understand and share the feelings of others. This empathy drives us to cooperate, as we recognize the benefits that our actions can bring to the group as a whole. Additionally, social norms and cultural values often promote cooperation. We're taught from a young age that sharing is caring, and that working together is the key to success. These societal expectations shape our behavior and encourage us to cooperate. In sum, cooperation is more than just a strategy for success. It's a fundamental component of our social fabric that promotes harmony, innovation, and collective achievement. It's about understanding that our actions can have a profound impact on the group's success, and that by working together, we can achieve far greater things than we could alone. Cooperation, hence, is the glue that holds societies together, encouraging collective success. The drive of competition. Finally, let's examine the compelling influence of competition. Competition, in its simplest form, is a situation in which two or more parties strive for a goal that cannot be shared. It's a universal phenomenon, as prevalent in the wild among animals vying for resources, as it is in our own human societies. From the classroom to the boardroom, competition is a powerful force that shapes our behaviors and decisions. Take the academic sphere, for example. The quest for top grades, scholarships, and prestigious university placements can spur students to push beyond their limits, exploring new study techniques, seeking additional tutoring, and sacrificing leisure time. This is competition acting as a motivator, driving individuals to strive for excellence and achieve their best. But what exactly fuels this competitive drive? One key factor is the desire for recognition and status. We're social creatures, and our standing within our social group matters to us. Winning a competition, whether it's acing an exam or landing a coveted promotion, elevates our status, leading to admiration and respect from our peers. Another significant factor is the survival instinct. This harks back to our primal days when resources were scarce, and competition was literally a matter of life and death. Today, it might not be about hunting for food, but the instinct remains. We compete for limited resources, be it a job position, a client contract, or even a parking spot. However, it's important to note that while competition can inspire us to great heights, it can also lead to significant stress and anxiety. The pressure to perform and outshine others can be overwhelming, leading to burnout and mental health issues. It's a delicate balance to maintain, fostering healthy competition that motivates and stimulates growth while avoiding the pitfalls of excessive rivalry and pressure. Competition, therefore, is the fuel that drives us to excel, but it can also lead to stress and anxiety. Conclusion. To wrap things up, let's revisit our main points. We began with the undeniable power of social influence, setting the tone for our deep dive into the distinct yet interconnected concepts of conformity, compliance, cooperation, and competition. In the realm of conformity, we explored how individuals often adjust their behaviors or opinions to match those of their group, driven by a desire for acceptance and belonging. Then we ventured into the art of compliance, where subtle persuasion tactics can encourage individuals to willingly abide by a request or directive. Next, we celebrated the value of cooperation, showcasing how collective efforts can yield benefits far greater than the sum of individual endeavors. Finally, we tackled the drive of competition, acknowledging its role in spurring progress, yet cautioning against its potential to breed conflict. Understanding these social influences helps us navigate our social world with greater awareness and empathy. And if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe to the Psychology and Physical Training channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.